Do the Bills have...
See, this is what I'm saying.
It's great. Chiefs have steamrolled the Bills on their way to dynasty's doorstep. But Josh Allen put a good spin on the Chiefs' success. Here he is again on the Greenlight podcast with Chris Long. Take a listen.
The Last Dance came out before that season, right? It was that COVID year. And, Larry Bird goes up to MJ, you.
Is that kind of the
I saw him in the locker room, and I did the same thing. I was like, what the hell? That was the Patriots dynasty for so long of everybody wants to be that. Everyone wants to sustain success. And, there's always going to be someone in that position until they're not.
Yeah.
And, it's a great story when you can be the one that makes them not be in that position anymore.
Okay. Give the Last Dance another watch there for the.
Sure.
Like, are you coaching the Bills? In any event, other news out of Buffalo, starting linebacker Matt Milano tore his bicep.
Yeah, brutal.
He's going to need surgery. Probably could come back in December, but we don't know. So chances Bills stop the Chiefs three-peat.
I think I'm going to surprise the audience here. I think Josh Allen's not going to go winless in the playoffs against Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs. At some point, they'll win one of those games. Yeah. He's too good. They're the same age. They're going to play too many times. I think there was a time where it was like, oh, Peyton will never beat Brady. Then Peyton beat him in the playoffs the last 3 times they played. Now, I don't think that's going to happen, but in 2 of those, Coach, to be fair, he was in Denver and not New England, or Denver and not Indy. So I do think at some point he'll do it, but not this year. The Chiefs are far better position than they have been the last 2 years, and the Bills are in the worst position they've been in the last 2 years. So I do think I don't think there's some idea, the Bills can't beat the Chiefs. I do think maybe the Bills can't beat the Chiefs with Sean McDermott as the head coach.
Uh-oh.
I think there might be too much.
Coach's fault.
I'm not. Here's the thing. I'm not even saying it's his fault. I'm saying I think he gets tight. The team gets tight. I think they might need a reset on that to a degree. So I think at some point the Bills will get one on them. Maybe more than one. Who knows? But this is not the year that I would pick that to happen because of the strength of the 2 teams.
I absolutely believe this is the year that it could happen. And here's why. Because of one of your statements, you said the Bills are in the worst position. I'm of the belief that when you have a team like the Chiefs that have big brother you and little brother and son you pretty much the entire time, and you have a quarterback that doesn't feel like that, you're going to approach them with some level of respect because of what's around that big brother. Well, that was Stephon Diggs, that was Gabe Davis, and all these other weapons. Well, now you remove all those other weapons, and now you kind of come at them, and you don't show them the same type of respect because you feel like, oh, you're not even a contender anymore. We don't even respect you that way, and we don't even look at you the same anymore. And then here comes Josh Allen with these guys that no one knows, and he just slides in there, and he comes and it surprises them. Not Josh Allen himself, but the fact that they can actually move the ball and do some things, because the Bills, they're going to have a pretty decent defense. I don't even want to say good yet, but they typically relied on their defense, but solely on Josh Allen. When you look at the Chiefs right now, they got a lot of things that they're worried about. The Bills aren't that. And so this would be the year that you would think, man, they're not going to even pay attention to us.
Right.
We're going to see.
They should bring you in to do the night before the game speech, because can we just pull this graphic here? When you beat up the bully, you want to be a little bit stronger than you were. And look at the volume of guys that lost. We just talked about Milano. So that is a nice speech, but I think that at this point, Joe Burrow has a much better chance to be Larry Bird in this scenario than Josh Allen does.
Go ahead.
Larry Bird was the coach of the Pacers, and Jordan won.
Okay, I'm just going by the
I know. We're just going down the wrong way.
Also, Jordan never beat Bird, the player, in the playoffs. Never even
he had
for a
63
game.
and he lost that
game.
Check in on Danny the Dog Jones. Art Stapleton's article on NorthJersey.com had this headline on Twitter, Greg: with renewed confidence and a noticeable edge. Remember that fight? Daniel Jones backs Giants QB. How long will this last? Well, in the article, he also highlights this quote from Devin Singletary. Take a listen.
He a dog. He comes to work every day. Definitely a playmaker, and I feel like we're gonna have a lot of fun this year with him. The way he attacks every day, like in practice, on the field, how he goes about his business, you know a dog when you see a dog.
What the heck? Greg, should we be buying more Daniel Jones stock?
I mean, don't worry about buying that. I bought it all up. I got it. I've been trying to tell you guys. Look, let me pose it to you this way. If Stephon Diggs, let's say this is Stephon Diggs, and he said, "Hey man, I recognize a dog when I see one."
Yeah.
Would you believe him?
I would.
Because he's played with Josh Allen. Mm-hmm. We recognize him to be one of the better quarterbacks in all of football.
Yeah.
And now he's with C.J. Stroud. So you would think he can assess talent, right?
Yeah. Of course.
Where did Devin Singletary
Guess where
come
Devin,
from, Greg?
where did he come from? Well, he's played with Josh Allen. He knows what it looks like. He was down in Houston last year with C.J. Stroud and got to watch all that magic happen. So you would think, he probably knows what he's talking about. Look, I've been trying to tell you guys. I am not going to give up on Daniel Jones.
No, can I?
And I'm not going to say he shouldn't shoulder a lot of the blame for last season. But boy, if I didn't have somebody blocking in front of me, I would probably be pretty terrible at my job too.
Mahomes in the Super Bowl against Tom Brady.
I'm just saying.
You don't have an offensive line where you're supposed
So Devin, I couldn't have said it better myself. Thank you for that.
I just don't know what kind of dog he is.
Thank you.
Is he like a sled dog? Because he's been pulling a sled for a while. Dude's been sacked 179 times in his career, which is 8.6% of the time, which makes him third on the active list of guys who've been sacked behind Tyrod Taylor and Deshaun Watson. And granted, a lot of sacks can be the responsibility of the offensive line and the running back, but there's a lot that are on you as well. And here's what I will say about him. That is one of the toughest dudes I've ever watched because he gets hit.
You recognize the dog when you see him.
He gets hit so hard and gets back up. And here's the good news for Giants fans. Phil Simms was sacked at, 9.31% of the time.
Phil Simms a dog?
So Phil Simms was sacked more than Danny Dimes.
Josh, was Phil Simms a dog? Do we know?
Come on, Coach.
Can I? All right, so here's the problem. I mean, aside from that we did this topic. Here's the problem.
Can I tell you real quick before you go? Because you guys weren't on the meeting, I was like, yeah, this go about Daniel Jones being a dog. Nick is like, I really don't think we should put Greg in a situation where he has to continually defend Daniel Jones.
That's what I said. I tried to protect you. I was like, take it off the show. It's not good for my dear friend Greg Jennings for there to be more tape of him defending Daniel Jones.
Excited.
Okay.
I'm so excited for Daniel Jones.
Well, then you know what? You've done it to yourself.
I
mean, the hope.
I really am.
The biggest hope Giant fans have, and Greg, is that he gets back to 2022 form, where he threw for 200 yards a game and 0.9 touchdowns per game. That's the hope, to reclaim that form. So I just know, Greg, I will.
Who was his wide receivers in that season?
What I understand he has Malik Neighbors. He also had your guy Saquon Barkley, so he had something there. But
we found out he only averages like 1.3
air yards. Okay,
yes,
that's fine, guys. All right, that's fine. You can. I won't be buying any Daniel Jones stocks.
I told you not.
What kind of dog is he?
What? I don't know, man. But
you're gonna find out.
We're gonna find
We're gonna find out this year.
Find out.
I just love it. All right.